Welcome back, guys. If nothing at all, there's something you need to know. In this modern day, exchange and wallets are kind of entwined now. So you need to know the difference. There are exchanges that offer wallet services, and there are wallets that do some of the things exchange does. But you need to know the difference, and how to know the difference will be determined in this video. In this video, we're going to talk about the exchange and wallets. I would introduce you to the concept of exchange, though I've done that, but it's crucial for you to understand the distinction between exchanges and wallets. Both play vital roles, but they serve different purposes, and those purposes will be highlighted in this video. Exchange for a purpose are platforms where you can buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrencies. They act as intermediaries. They facilitate transactions between buyers and sellers. When you compare it to a real life scenario, exchange are like banks. They are the intermediaries between the buyer and the seller, the sender and the receiver, those kind of stuff. That's what exchange does. That's the purpose of an exchange. Then when you look at the features of an exchange, when you check the features, it offers like various trading features, including market orders, limit orders, and margin trading. Some also provide staking, lending, and other financial services. Centralized exchanges like Binance, Bybit, OKX, and Coinbase offer custodial wallets as part of their platform. This is where the whole wallet and exchange entwines. Modern exchange, they offer custodial wallets where there is wallet in their platform. You don't need to get a wallet for your crypto. You just use the one that comes with the exchange. But the security aspects of an exchange, especially centralized ones, they are attractive targets for hackers. Why they implement robust security measures, the user doesn't have direct control over their private keys. That's the difference between the wallet that comes with an exchange and you downloading a non-custodial wallet. A custodial wallet, the exchange keeps the private key. You don't have any phrase key to yourself. You don't have any recovery key to yourself. The exchange has that. Why wallet, you have your private key to yourself. That's why we mentioned in the checklist that you should get a book where you save your seed phrase, your recovery phrase, and your private keys. But in exchange, you don't need that. You just have to have the login to your exchange, and that's all. Then the exchange comes with a wallet, then you use it. When you look at that, that is one thing that makes exchange and wallet entwines. Now, when we look into wallets, you see wallet serves a purpose as well. Wallets are tools for storing and managing your cryptocurrencies. They allow you to send, receive, and keep track of your assets. That's just the advantage of wallets. That's the purpose of wallets. The purpose is to store cryptocurrency. That's the major purpose. Then when you store, you send or receive and keep track of your assets. People hardly use wallets. There are some long-time investors that don't do wallets. They just keep their coins on their exchange, and that's just things I needed to cite, because when we proceed and you start buying your crypto or coins, it's possible you'll not be using a wallet. It's also possible you'll not be using a wallet. So after you look into wallets, we are going to look at some features of a wallet, what it offers to the market. Wallets vary in their capabilities. Some support only storage and transfer, while others integrate with decentralized applications, allowing for activities like staking and swapping tokens. Wallet security depends on how you manage your private keys. Cold wallets provide the highest security, while hot wallets are more vulnerable to online threats. Most wallets are not custodial. Wallets are meant to be not custodial, but when it's embedded into exchange, when it's embedded into that, you call it custodial. But all wallets are meant to be non-custodial and can be more complex to use, especially for beginners. Users must understand key management and backup procedures to ensure they don't lose access to their funds. So this is just something about wallet. When you lose your phrase key, your money is gone. That's one thing about wallets. But for beginners like you have to use exchange, so you don't need to keep any phrase key, but you are supposed to trade because is not as secured as using a wallet. That's one thing you should know about wallet. And when you look at it, the key differences between the exchange and wallet, when you look at the custody, exchange often hold your private keys and funds, while wallets give you full control over your private keys. Wallet would give you full control over your private key. And the use cases of exchange is basically used for trading and transactions, while wallets are for secure storage and management of your assets. Those are the use cases. That's what is meant for in the first place. Security aspects of wallets are more secure. Exchange are frequent targets for hackers. That's something you should know about exchange. And when you look at the whole thing at the very end, you can choose either of both, you can use both. But something is certain, you as a beginner just use an exchange and you save your assets in your exchange. It's as simple as that. I hope to see you in the next lesson where we get to talk more about this course. I hope to see you there. See you there.